Welcome to the new look Highland League weekly Friday preview show, coming to you on both the Press and Journal website and direct to social media, including places like YouTube. First up, Callum Law tells us all we need to know about this weekend's two highlights games.
So the main game this week for us in the Breedon Highland League, it's Brechin City against Fraserburgh at Glebe Park. It's a 2 o'clock kick-off. 9 points between the sides. Brechin top of the table, Fraserburgh third. The Hedgemen also have a game in hand. You might say that Fraserburgh are slightly too far back to defend their crown, but if they could win this game, it would open things up. They won both meetings between the sides last season, including that stunning comeback from 3-0 down to win 5-3. However, with Brechin's defensive record this season, you might be surprised if something like that was to happen again. Andy Kirk's side have only conceded 12 goals in 18 league games. It's all set up to be a cracking encounter. I think for a lot of the sides sort of chasing Brechin, they'll be looking at this game as one where they might stumble and it might open the door a wee bit in terms of the title race. Fraserburgh probably feel it's one they need to win, so it'll be interesting to see what the outcome is come full time. Our second game this weekend that we'll be filming is Clachnacudden against Wick Academy at Grant Street Park. And here's 3 things about the fixture. The sides have met twice already this season. Wick won the reverse league game at Harmsworth Park 1-0 back in August, but it was Clach who prevailed when the sides faced each other in the North of Scotland Cup. They won that tie 3-0. In terms of the league positions, the two sides, they couldn't be closer. Only goal difference is separating them. Wick in 13th, Clach in 14th, although the Scorries do have 3 games in hand. They've both got 16 points and both in that similar position in the congested middle to bottom part of the league. Wick in particular probably desperate for a win because their last victory came way back on November the 5th when they beat Devon Vale 2-1 at home. There is a slight caveat in there that between the 3rd of December and last Saturday they didn't have a game because of postponements, but nevertheless it's been a long time without 3 points for Gary Manson's side.
The boys have been really good to me ever since I've came here, so I've kind of managed to fit into the team as soon as I've came last year, and it's kind of taken off again this year. A lot better this year.
It's time then for Crystal Paul's weekly predictions. I mean, this is the first week of them, but this is what we're going to do going forward. Myself and Paul are going to have a go at guessing the scores in our 2 film games this weekend, as well as the first goal scorer in each game. If we get the right result, we get a point. If we get the correct score, the specific score, 3 points for that instead of the 1 for the right result. And if we get the first goal scorer, that's an additional 3 points for us. There'll be a league table and everything. It's going to be class. It's going to be so fun. Anyway, this week, first game, Brechin City against Fraserburgh. Crystal Paul.
We've blown the budget just in coming up with a name here. A must win for Fraserburgh. We've got to beat the league leaders. I think the ghosts of the last time Fraserburgh went down to Brechin will be haunting the home side a little bit. They'll be determined to come out. I think they might even score first, but I'm taking Fraserburgh to win 3-1.
First goal scorer?
Grady McGrath.
Interesting. I'm going with the same first goal scorer, but the reverse result. I think it's going to be Brechin City 3, Fraserburgh 1. Game 2, then, this weekend, as Callum's already explained. Clachnacudden against Wick Academy at Grant Street Park. Score prediction on this one?
I'm going for a 2-2. I mean, Wick haven't won since I just celebrated my birthday, and I'm getting on a bit. Okay, Desmond. No, I mean, Connor Bunt's got a hat-trick last week, but I'm not going for him. I'm going for James Anderson to get onto double figures first. So James Anderson, first goal scorer, but a 2-2 draw.
I was going to go for a 2-2 draw, but let's make it more interesting. I'm going to say 2-0 to Clark-McCudden, first goal scorer, Lewis McKenzie. Okay, so we'll find out this weekend who's correct and obviously who's getting the points, and we'll be back with more Crystal Paul predictions next Friday.
Easy one for me is Robbie Duncanson. We had a great partnership, and he's been, well, he keeps telling me he's assisted a lot of my goals, so yeah, definitely Robbie for Highland League, yeah.
Both sides hoping to continue their great goal scoring form. Forest got 8 last weekend, Brora scored 6. Brora, by the time the game is played, they might have appointed a permanent successor to Craig Campbell as well. Regardless of that, they'll be looking to keep the pressure on at the top end of the league, and maybe if Brechin drop points, close the gap on the leaders.
A huge game here. Bucky have to win because they're always hoping for a Brechin slip up somewhere else. This might be the weekend, but it's easier said than done against a Nairn County side that have taken 20 points out of a possible 24.
Lossy are looking for their first win in the Highland League since October 8th, also coming off the back of a sore 5-0 loss to Formartine United last weekend. Game against Strathspey is as good a chance as any for Lossy to end that run, but Strathspey will be thinking the same thing. This looks like a chance for them to maybe build on a season so far that's only given them 1 win and 2 draws.
A 2 p.m. kick-off. By the time the game comes around, Inverurie might have appointed a successor to Richard Hastings. Devon Vale, they've been unlucky the last couple of weeks, narrowly beaten by Buckie Thistle and Fraserburgh. Craig Stewart's side will be hoping to come out on the right side of the score this time.
It's the 3rd meeting of these sides this season.
What a week I'm having, between getting red card opinions wrong and how can't count. It is, of course, the 4th meeting of the sides this weekend, with Formartine edging all 3 to date. The games have been close, and we don't expect this one to be any different.
D looking for their first win in the Highland League since November 26th to get them up the table a little bit. They'll hope they've got a few more bodies back for this one. For Turriff United, following their 2-0 defeat against Huntly last weekend, I think their boss Dean Donaldson was looking for a bit more of a killer touch in attack following that one. So if they get it against Banks of D, this could be a cracking game between two teams with plenty going forward. Okay, that's it for your Highland League Weekly Friday preview then. Before we go, a little quiz question. I'll give you the chance to win one of these Highland League Weekly mugs if you haven't had your fill of mugs watching Paul and Callum for the last 10 minutes.
Ooh.
The question this week is, which current Highland League team has won the most Highland League titles? Tell us in the comments and we'll pick a winner from the people that get it right. The next time you see us will be Monday. We'll have highlights, as we've discussed, of Brechin City against Fraserburgh, as well as Clark-McCudden against the Wick Academy. As well as the highlights, we'll have all the usual reaction features and analysis from the weekend's action. So tune in on Monday at the Press and Journal website. We'll see you then. If you've liked the Friday preview show in its new form, like and subscribe on YouTube. Thanks for watching.